What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tell It How It Is, No Filter. You know who it is. And here's another edition, episode 217. I'm just going to jump right in. I hope everybody's well. Everybody enjoy their weekend. Every weekend is a holiday. I know a few weeks ago was Memorial, but you can treat every weekend like a holiday weekend, especially for my people out there who work Monday to Friday. And for those who work beyond that, when you do get a moment for yourself, it's very important to enjoy. With that being said, let's jump right in. So, realistically, giving us two women may still not be enough. Psychologically, it's one or many. Let me break this down for you. Will there be some men that'll take two women if all is honest, everybody knows their part, everyone's, no one's in the dark? You're gonna have some men that might accept and enjoy this and try their best to keep it at that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I got two women, that's it. I can't chase, I can't do nothing else. I have to take these two women for the rest of life. You have that few that may abide to this. The reason why it's a little complicated with the one or many. So now, it may not make sense to say, well, we're giving you two, why would you take one? Guys can be different, but they're mostly the same. If you like variety, I'm sorry, how many times do I have to say this? Men always like variety. They always see things, see women, see beautiful women at that. And it's like, okay, you have to gain some self-control, you get older, you get more mature, blah, 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 blah. We know that grown shit. But as an attraction thing, as a biological thing, sex is huge for men. So it's like punishment for yourself to say, I'll just take one. Because even if you give two, it's only going to carry but for so long. You're still going to lust for something else, want something else, potentially chase something else. So it's better to kind of punish yourself, say one or many. Meaning, don't give us a number. If you can be transparent and your partner agrees to you having that respectfully, keeping it clean, keeping it honest, and that's like an agreement, I would say the majority of men would want many if this is discussed. So the two is like it's like if you, it's a little bit off subject, but not really. Watch how I can tie this together. So in the movie Acrimony, right? That's Taraji, and I forget the guy. But anyway, he was building something, right? And they offered some bread. Now, the bread they offered after all of the years of him working hard on it, it was decent. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, all right, y'all see me now. But he held out for the bigger bag. You may not see where this goes together with what I'm saying, but think about this. I'm going to be with one, for example, I'm just putting me as an example. I'm going to be with one solid one, as solid as I can get, versus any fuck shit with like two. Okay, it's like you opening the door for more by giving us the two. Either say, if you keep it clean, keep it respectable, out my face, out my sight, nobody embarrasses anyone, no one's coming at anyone, making slick comments. You know how women can get catty with that shit. But it's either that or I'll just take my one solid one and just try my best to keep it straight and narrow. Feel me? That's it with that. The psychology behind condom usage for actual intercourse versus no protection on oral and kissing. So everybody gonna say wrap it up, especially in a relationship, outside a relationship. So there's no especially. All the time you're supposed to think that way, correct? So I'm having a hard time, and that doesn't mean to change up or however you do out there is how you do. You know, it's a no judgment zone like Planet Fitness. But think about it. Just actually sit there and think about your experiences. When you kiss somebody, when you give somebody oral, unprotected, and then go put a condom on to have sex. Think about it. I'm gonna let you ponder on that. Some people psychologically just tell themselves, hey, you know, whatever. And then there's some of the facts you could point out, like, okay, the condom during the intercourse prevents pregnancy. But if another part of wearing a condom is to protect you against diseases, couldn't you get these diseases through kissing and oral? Some of them. So you're only like 50-50 protecting yourself, if you want to be honest. Versus it, what they say, even condoms are not 100. But if your only issue is pregnancy, then you're like, fuck what I'm saying, right? Because that's the only thing you worried about. But if you're worried about diseases, let's just keep it tall. You need protection on everything. So if you're not gonna do that, I know y'all gonna argue me down. I know there's many ways to approach this. Talk to me. I'm gonna make sure this is in the times. The promo. Um, Ladies, what's up? You kiss a nigga, give him head, and you tell him put a condom on? I'm just saying. Or what you gonna say? You don't really kiss like that unless it's your man, because kissing is intimate, and you don't just give everybody head. It's not enough. I'm sorry. That's not enough of a strategy, because you still gonna do it time to time, right? And then I ain't trying to shit on the fellas because head with a condom on is like the worst thing, like feeling wise. What the fuck kind of condom you gonna get to give that feeling? Because you know what that does. And for men, it's huge. It's very important. You want to talk about, women talk about taking souls with their JJ. You take souls with that oral game too. If you nice. Sorry to get graphic, let's just call it a stack. But I'm lost, and I could sit here for I don't know, because it doesn't make sense to me. Like if you're all about protection and safety, this condom thing gotta be all around the board. Oral, don't kiss a nigga. You can't kiss at all because you could catch something from that. But because you think the chances are less, it's still there. It only takes 1%. You know what I mean? When you do things and they tell you the percentages of you either surviving or being successful, you may still do it, but you got that in the back of your mind that, I could be that 1%. And this is not to scare, it's not to scare you out of your fucking freakiness. I'm not trying to do that at all. But I'm just saying, unless you just really select your partners cautiously as can, or here you go. Oh man, how did I take so long to reach this reply you would give me, ladies? Get tested. Dope. So now, if for everybody you encounter sexually, whoever you have interest in, and you want to go there, tested. Okay, so now you get tested. Are we using a condom? Only to prevent pregnancy. But guys' pull-out game is usually strong. We're not going to get into that because I can have antics of women swearing they shit is all of that you're not going to be able to pull out. Some based on the position you're in when you're about to explode, you won't be able to pull out. And, I won't call all of that malicious like the woman trying to get you caught up. Sometimes they are. But they're saying that, some positions you ain't going to be able to pull out. It's going to be so intense at the moment of explosion that you may slip in there. You know what I mean? So, for that perspective, the condom, I guess, sort of makes sense. So, get tested. Everybody's not going to do that, though. I hope you can. Get tested, and then cut all this fuckery out. Because you can't half-ass it. Like, passionate kissing, both give oral, then you throw a condom on. Nobody tested, nobody know nothing. You might as well. You know what I'm saying? You like playing Russian roulette regardless. So, and I'll quote that from like a person I've dealt with. She dropped a gem on me similar to what I'm saying now. Shout out for that. And that's it. So we either getting tested and then we void all this unless you don't want, you don't want to deal with pregnancy, even though there's still steps after that. Or I don't know, keep doing what y'all doing. Just be mindful of what I'm saying though, because how many times have you done it? Keep it a stack. How many times have you done that when you don't know what the person has or doesn't has? You did oral, you did kissing, and then go put on a condom. That's all I'm saying. I'm off that. All right. Young women get their confidence from their youth. Big gem, big gem. Young women get their confidence from their youth, even if they are less attractive and or out of shape. Now, you see this in day to day, but you really see this in nightlife. It's crazy to me. I can't hate on it though. Men, we're not awarded that. I mean, some men use that too though. Men can kind of get over in their youthful days as well if they're aware, like if they're had older guys around them, schooling them, especially when it came to women. I'm not so much talking about success and money and achievements because that still takes time, even with good knowledge. But with the interaction of women, if you have older siblings, guys, or like just older, OGs from the block where you grew up, not necessarily saying hood, just in general, and they give you some gems, you might could use that. But women are definitely women. Women are definitely winning in this department way more. Their youth. They know their youth is like the equivalence of a man's success. So I ain't mad at it. I'm just telling you guys to be aware of it. And for the ladies listening, you got that one. Youth definitely, because even as I get older and I see it, I get it. I get game. I understand. Because at first I was actually like confused and trying to figure the shit out, and it's like a dead horse. You can't figure out. Like it does not matter if they are young, and then they're smart because they usually roll with a group, and it's different peoples in the group. Like some could be a little bit older, but they look good. They could probably be the same age, look good. It don't be like it's rare I see like the whole bunch all unattractive and all out of shape. They all there though. I could ramble on and on because it depends on where you at, where you go, what you see, blah blah blah. But just know it's been that way. So this is not a new fact. This is not something new. Everybody that has like knowledge and look at me and go, duh, you been knew that. So just know that I'm putting it out there again, even if it's been put out there millions of times. That's dope. And listen, that's who's winning. Cause all men would like that. And not, some could get wifey material and some you just want to taste. Feel me? So either way, that's the wave. And their choices are huge because again, on the flip side of that, young women could get their age and older, and it's up to them. They basically control that fort because all ages of guys will approach that. So their options are crazy, and that's why they don't have like a lot of them, not all of them, don't have the drive to be better. I mean, you can't really do nothing about your attractiveness, lady wise. If you're facial wise, I mean, you can do the surgeries and all that, but I'm not really pushing for that. But the out of shape thing, the less attractive is nothing you can do. You young, you gonna still get yours. You gonna get your fair share. Believe me. Just don't be too overly confident or too arrogant. You feel me? Like you still gonna get some regardless though. Don't think you won't have no numbers. But I would want you to chime it down a little. The out of shape thing is not forgivable. I'm gonna be harsh on that. I don't give a fuck how pretty you is and how young you is. If you wanna really reach your potential, that you need to get that in check. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're gonna be a gym rat and become, like front page magazine, but I'm saying you gotta be a little conscious about this and try to do something. You feel me? Try. Steps. Everything counts. I've said that in all of my health tips at the ends of the pods. Try. Everything counts. Do something. Be a little aware. You know what I mean? So That's how I'm gonna hand that to you, and I'll be back in part two.